What's good, everybody? It's Polo J within the Red Corner Boxing. It's time to let's talk boxing. Yo. It's Polo J, Red Corner. Let's talk some boxing. First and foremost, what's good, man? I would be remiss if I didn't send up a prayer and, all that stuff for the soldiers that lost their lives, in the bombing that happened at the airport. I wouldn't feel right without, giving them some respect, since I am a veteran. So we're gonna give them some respect, man. We're gonna give them a moment of silence. Just give me a second. Let me compose myself, because I take this stuff very seriously. For those who don't know, I think it was 12 Marines that lost their lives. Okay. Gotta respect the men and women in uniform. Got to, man. But let's get back to this boxing talk.
Gotta respect the men and women in uniform.
Let's get back to this boxing talk, y'all. First topic of the day. Who has more to lose? Because, there's some big fights coming up. And I want to know who has more to lose. In the Porter-Crawford fight, who has more to lose and who has more to gain? I believe wholeheartedly Terrence Crawford has everything to lose in this fight. Everything to lose. Reputation, everything. Porter, this puts him back in contention to fight Bud, or hell, even Ugas. This fight is important for both these fighters' legacies. I don't see Sean going in there, pussyfooting around, acting like this is just some regular fight. I see him going in there and actually trying to give it to this man, actually trying to hurt this man, because he wants to be champion. He wants his get back with Earl. Crawford, it's almost a must win. In the football season, you have your divisional games and then you have your regular games or whatever. Some games are more important than others. This fight is actually better for Crawford's resume than it is for Porter's resume. He must win. If he doesn't win, that puts him all the way at the back of the line. And what that's going to do is that's going to prove everybody right about him. And that's the last thing that man wants. The last thing that man wants is to be told You were never that good to begin with. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow for a lot of the fans, and that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for him. Would he bounce back? Sure he would. Sure, hell yeah, he would bounce back. He's a phenomenal fighter. That's what they do. You take a L, you bounce back, and you come back 10 times better, 10 times harder than ever before. That's what phenomenal fighters do. But would he ever get the payday? I don't think so. I think if he loses this fight, he's going to have no choice but to sign back with Top Rank. He's going to have no choice because over there at PBC, he would get railroaded. He'll be known as the man who lost to the man that was at the middle of the road. You'll be known as the man who lost to basically a gatekeeper. That's not something you want to be known at in your own promotion company. So he would have no choice but to stay at Top Rank. Either that or be independent and hope for DAZN to pick up some of his fights. Or heck, even move overseas and start fighting overseas, fight for some of their titles. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. Honestly, I think that's a phenomenal idea for him. If he were to lose this fight, go overseas. Clean up over there. Build a reputation over there. Build a fan base over there. Because once you build a fan base over there and a reputation over there, you could come back. And once you come back, you're going to be 10 times harder. I don't think so. It depends on how he looks. Say, for instance, it's by decision. If it's by decision, go overseas. Go overseas. Do it. Leave. It's not because I want to get rid of you, and it's not because I don't want to see you fight. I want to see Terrence Crawford reinvent himself. Because, you know, when you lose, sometimes that's what you got to do. Whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in business, all that stuff. You take an L, you have to reinvent yourself. You have to come up with a better plan. Do something that's going to be conducive to your success. That's what he's going to have to do. And I think that he can do that overseas. Mop up their divisions. Move up to middleweight. Mop that up. Come back. The action matters. Yes, the action matters. The action does matter. But in the eyes of the fans, the sycophants, the fanatics, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You know, there's people on these interwebs already calling this man out. There's people on these interwebs, this YouTube game, already calling this man out of his name, calling him all kinds of B words and everything like that because he goes against the grain of what their favorite fighter is. He's not like the average fighter, which I think but Earl is. I think Earl is an average fighter. But yeah, I think he's going to have to do that. Now, the second route would actually be to do a rematch with Sean. But if he does a rematch with Sean, he's going to have to put him away early. He's going to have to put him away early and decisively. Early and decisively. No question about it, no doubt about it. Soon as the bell rings and you hear that leather pop, he going down. That's what's going to have to happen also. But then that's going to cause probably a trilogy, which would be a payday for Bud, though, actually. There's ways around everything. And since Manny is out of the picture, he could be the new cash cow. He could. He really could. Because I think if he takes a loss, that's when you're going to hear Terrence. That's when you're going to hear the mouth of Terrence Crawford. I think that's when you're going to hear it. But who knows? Who knows? This is all just speculation right now. Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez. He's not Ugas. Always remember that. Always remember that. But Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez. This is a tough one. We could be, say the average things like Canelo Alvarez's reputation to take a hit, all this different type of stuff. If he loses, was he really that good? Was he really just cherry picking and all these different things and blah, 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 blah. But I actually don't think that this will hurt Canelo if he loses. I don't think that this hurts Canelo if he loses. If Canelo loses, I don't think this does nothing to him. It will prove people right about cherry picking. It will, like the court of public opinion, far as Americans go, it will prove something. But far as in his home country, no, he's still looked at as a god. He's still looked at as an icon. To just have 2 losses on it, really 3, but 2 losses on his ledger. See, that's the thing about when you have the minds and the hearts of the people. You could do no wrong even when you are wrong. But for Caleb, if Caleb loses, I don't know if he gets another title shot for about another good 2 years. But if he wins, wouldn't that make him undisputed? And if he's undisputed, that puts him in a whole nother market. I'm pulling for Caleb to win. I want him to win. But is this the monster in the closet? Is Canelo Alvarez that monster in the closet for Caleb Plant? I know. He likes to say, and I like to quote him on this, you can't take nothing from a poor man. You can't. But you can steal out of his house. This is a tough one, y'all. This is really a tough one. I want Caleb to win. But the reality of the situation, he's going up in there against somebody who likes to come in at least 5 to almost 10 pounds overweight. And Canelo hits hard. He hits really hard. But this is a tricky one. It's a real tricky one. Okay. For Plant to win, it has to go 12. For Plant to win, it has to go 12. For Canelo to win, it has to go 8. 8 or less. It has to do that in order for Canelo to win. Because Caleb has speed. Is it Amir Khan speed? Not really. But he's a boxer. And boxers are what give Canelo trouble. This I don't know, y'all. This is a pick'em. This is a pick'em. I don't know. I don't know about this fight. I can't call it. But it's so interesting, though, at the same time. It's really interesting. You know, the old expression, and we bring it up all the time, styles make fights. Styles make fights. I don't know if Caleb has been in the ring with anybody who hits as hard as Canelo. I'm going to have to look that up. But far as speed is concerned, Canelo has been in there with somebody similar. This is an iffy fight. I don't know. Who do y'all got? Who do y'all got? Because I don't even know who to pick. If I was to bet on this fight, I wouldn't even know who to pick. I have no idea. Chappelle, Slick, anybody. Who y'all got in this fight? Because I don't know. Huh. Third big fight. Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. It's funny how when contracts are negotiated, if you have to go in there with a rematch clause, you automatically feel like you're going to lose this fight. I hate the rematch clause, but I like the rematch clause. It's a love-hate relationship because you could get screwed and be like, okay, cool, I got the rematch clause. But in this case, and in the previous fight I was talking about, the rematch clause is one way. A one-way rematch clause. So if Canelo loses, he automatically gets the rematch. Caleb doesn't. In this fight, Joshua loses, he automatically gets a rematch. Automatically. If you have to come into a fight with that kind of mindset, are you really that great? Because if it's a good fight, I mean a great fight, it does numbers. It's a candidate for fight of the decade. A rematch will happen. The people will want it. The people will want it. The people will demand it. And the promoters are going to see how much money it made them. They're going to make it happen. Do you really need that type of insurance? That sounds kind of iffy to me, man. That sounds really iffy for Canelo Alvarez and Anthony Joshua to both have in their contracts that they get rematches, but the contender doesn't. Because let's be honest about Joshua. Joshua owes Andy Ruiz a third fight. He does. Let's be honest about Canelo. He owes Triple G a third fight. He does. But will they get it? Probably not. Probably not. And I don't know why. If you ask me, it's a bunch of horse crap. But back on topic. Usyk has everything to gain. He has absolutely everything to gain. This is not even a lose-lose situation for him. It's a win-win situation for him. Because if he wins, he's heavyweight champion. If he loses, he's still cruiserweight champion. He just took a chance. He just dared to be great. And who could blame a man for that? Daring to be great. We always tell people, dare to be great. Take chances, make mistakes, get dirty, all these different type of things, and castigate them for when they do it. I'm sure I'm probably guilty of it. I probably am guilty of it. But at the same time, I can do that. I can do that. So I have Usyk winning this fight. I have Usyk winning this fight because Anthony Joshua might over prepare. He might over prepare. What I mean is he's going to work so much on his power and, just little facsimile things like that, that he's not going to work on the main thing that would help him in a fight with Usyk. The thing that Usyk has over a lot of the fighters that he fights. And that's a tank. He has a gas tank. He has stamina. He has phenomenal stamina. He can still hit and be spry from first bell to last bell and still look like he could keep fighting. Joshua, on the other hand, we've seen Joshua be on the deer legs by the 8th round. Looking tired, looking wore out, looking dehydrated. I don't know, sweating bullets. But the problem I've always had with Anthony Joshua is he's too muscle bound. He has a phenomenal physique for a football player. He has a phenomenal physique for a bodybuilder. But far as for a boxer, too much muscle. Too much muscle make you too slow. And I don't think he's ever going to get the speed or the tank that he needs. God forbid Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder and he has to see him. I'm sorry, but I see him putting Joshua away within 6 rounds. I don't think there's going to be anything that Joshua will be able to do. But on the other hand, if he has to fight Usyk, yes, he's going to have the height advantage. Yes, he's going to have a slight reach advantage. But Usyk's a dog. Usyk is a dog. It's not going to matter much to him. So who has more to lose and who has more to gain in this fight? Joshua has more to lose. Joshua has the most to lose. Out of all 3 of these fights, I think Joshua has the most to lose out of everybody. Because where can Joshua go to reinvent himself? What if he loses and loses the rematch? That's a bad look. That's a really bad look. But let's get off of that. It's starting to sound depressing. Something else came across me today from a very, very reliable source who hasn't lied to me or started me wrong ever. I quote, WBA is getting rid of interim belts. 10 fighters are about to lose their belts. Wow. If you remember about 2 weeks ago, this was a topic on the judges' table. What can the WBA do to save face? What can the WBA do to reinstill confidence in that, sanctioning body? What could the WBA do to, return favor to themselves? And I think this is a step in the right direction. With all the talks of corruption, cheating, fixing, all these different type of things, if you take away a lot of these belts, like they said, 10 fighters are about to lose belts because they're interim belts. So you're either going to be champion or you're not going to be champion. That's beautiful, in my opinion. That's really beautiful. But here's the bigger question. will the rest of the sanctioned bodies follow suit? Are they brave enough to follow suit in this? And this is not knocking them. This isn't bad mouthing them. This isn't none of that. But are they brave enough to follow suit in this way that the WBA is going? Because I applaud the WBA. I applaud them. I give them 100% of my support in this. I do. Because with this, it's going to force fights. It's going to force people to fight. Now, I hope they get rid of their franchise belt. I hope that's one of the belts that's on the chopping block. Or the super belt, whichever one it is that lets you skip your mandatory. I hope they get rid of it. Because if they do get rid of it, like I said, it's going to force people to fight. You know, the WBA was made cool by the man that's on the bottom of my screen right here, Mike Tyson. The WBA was made cool by him. And several other fighters. Their names escape me at the moment. But the WBA is taking a step in the right direction. I'm happy. I mean, I don't know what else I could say. I don't know. But it's a good thing. IBF, WBC, WBO. I think you guys just got put on notice. I think you did. Now, what are you going to do? I mean, other people feel like the WBA is the only persons who had problems. And that might be, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows the inner workings of these sanctioning bodies, man? Who knows the inner workings? There might be stuff going on that don't nobody know about, or sometimes the head doesn't always know what the body is doing. Sometimes. And that's not a knock against, the owner or whatever, but yeah, something needed to be done. And something did get done. And I'm happy about it. So now is the time where I could put the link in the chat and I could give some bums the opportunity of a lifetime to debate me. Tell me where I'm wrong. Let me know. Because Papa Polo don't never lie to you. Papa Polo never lie to you. So let's get this link in the chat. Give me just a second, y'all. Where is it? Hold on, y'all. Having some technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Y'all know how that goes. Sometimes I really hate technology. Sometimes I really do. Because it's good for some things, but then other things, it's just trash. It's just really trash. Okay. All right. Link is in the chat. So if you got something to say, come on in here. Show me where I'm wrong. But other than that, something else that's bothering me. Why is it that when somebody messes up, we have to make 1,000,001 excuses for them? Why is it that when a man does something wrong, why can't he just take his lumps and let that be that? I say all that because I'm seeing people, and it's probably him putting it out too, that Jermall Charlo is being set up by the man. The man is setting him up. The man is the reason why he went to jail or got arrested. When that's not the case. The man had nothing to do with that. That had to do with your funky attitude and your really funky disposition. You have a terrible personality. And it was on full display for people to see in public. I'm starting to get the feeling that it's not so much a persona as it is just plain personality. And if that's the case, you have to fix yourself, brother. You really do. Or else your career is not going to last long. What's good, Slick?
Give me 1 second, sir.
All right. I don't know if you'll see this, Mr. Charlo. If you do, please, by all means, I'm serious, contact me. Let me know where I'm wrong. Let me know your side of the story. Let me know what's going on so I could correct myself if I'm wrong. Let me know.
Nigga, you wrong as hell. You wrong as hell. Hey, Charlo, he calling you out. Not me, bro. Calling you out. No, I ain't, dog. I'm glad you messing when you mess with us both. Just putting it out there. But look, you wrong as hell. Earl is not average. You gonna stop saying that bullshit. That's what you gonna stop saying, boy. He is not average. All right, man. I'm not gonna let you keep saying that. He is not average. Okay, he's not the greatest, right? He might not be the most talented, but god dang it, you're not finna say he's like a dang Mayorga or somebody. You're not finna make him seem average.
He's not, bro. Okay, he's not the greatest. He's not even the best.
What? He's one of the best at this current moment.
No. There is only an undisputed best. There's only
then he's the closest to undisputed in his weight class.
In the welterweight
see,
in the welterweight division.
I
have Terrence Crawford ahead of him.
But Terrence don't got both belts. He don't have as many belts.
That's a victim of circumstance.
No, victim of circumstance. That look, check this out. At the end of the day, we can make excuses for these fighters, but if they want to hit, they can hit. I'm tired of it. Look, I want Bud Earl to bang it out. I do. And if they really want to, man, it's time for the fighter to turn around and take a page out of Conor Benn book and say, hey, you got his phone number. Make it happen. If I don't fight, you don't eat. Simple as that. That's what it needs to go to. Make this fight happen. I'm tired of this dude running his mouth. Now, if you're going to be a character and just and put on a persona and you just really in it for the money, so you're going to pick and choose your fights, then let that be said. So real fighters won't come your way.
Well, hold on now. Your argument is backfiring on you.
No, it's not. You just gotta ask me what I'm talking about.
Because I hope that you're saying all this referring to Mr. Spence.
No, I'm just saying it's for the ones like, oh man, we could fight, but this is the third, right? So say if Spence is just a money fighter, like he just want to make the biggest fights for the biggest money. He really doesn't care about the action in so much. If the biggest money is him fighting some weak dude, then he'll do it.
Well, hasn't that been what he's been doing?
No, those fights were set up for him, except the last one.
Oh my God.
Sean ain't weak.
No,
Sean is not weak.
Sean's the only one who wasn't weak.
I'm saying Danny technically ain't weak. You know what I'm saying? But he has got laxed. His own daddy said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't throw enough. He didn't do enough. when he can, but he got laxed. But Danny is still a name out there.
Okay.
Danny, when he want to fight, he can fight. If Danny was to come out his next fight and show a different Danny, then you would be saying that.
Okay, that's fine with Danny, but he has a LeBron 2011 moment. Even though he won the fight, he lost that fight. And I'm talking about Mikey Garcia.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's, I mean, look, in a sense, he lost to me because smaller man came up, you couldn't put him down. In that sense, that's the part that bothered me. And then they claim that name to fame. No disrespect to Mikey, but Mikey came up, so you claim that name to fame as if he was in your weight class. You should have fought somebody in your weight class. That's, to me, one of those moments where you should have fought Bud. You get what I'm saying? But, like, I can't tell that, man, but that's my point. If you just looking for the fights that's going to make money, then let it just be said. You just about the money. Instead of real fights like Bud want to make the money, but Bud also wants to just fight the best, right? Who he sees as the best. No matter what we say about Earl, he sees Earl as one of the best. So he wants to, in his time. So he wants to fight Earl, but it's not necessarily about all the more money. Now he's not gonna shortchange himself, but I still say, but sometimes you gotta do stuff that you don't want to do to be the man. You know what I'm saying? So if these guys want to hit, they want to hit. But I would never say Earl is average in this day and era. He's one of the best. You can't place too many people above him. But Bud, who else you gonna place above him?
Hell, Pacquiao just lost and I got Pacquiao ahead of him.
As of now, but before you wouldn't have.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you got to say the same thing about Ugas then. If you're gonna say the same thing about Earl, who did Ugas fight?
Look,
see,
I could be objective.
I'm just saying you gotta say the same thing.
No, I could be honest.
But
before the Pacquiao fight, I had Ugas in number 6.
Right. So therefore, what I'm saying is that fight, that's why everybody, remember we was talking about, that's why everybody was campaigning for that fight to fight Pacquiao, because it was more of a status symbol than it was more about becoming an A-side. You beat Pacquiao, you automatically A-side, because he was the only one in that division that can be placed above everybody. You get what I'm saying? He only got to fight every 2 years, but he was always going to be placed above everybody. So it was more of a not get money grab, so to speak. You was going to get paid a nice sum of money, but at the same time, it was about that status. You get what I'm saying? If that was Bud, as much as the argument is about Earl being better than Bud, but let have Bud beat Pacquiao, that conversation be over with because he beat the legend. Now he has a higher status. Earl can have 2 belts, and they'll still say, well, Bud beat Pacquiao. You get what I'm saying?
But even you know what? I don't even see to where I don't see how they would have had the belt, because Ugas would have had the belt.
No. I'm saying none of that happened. Okay. It was never about the belt anyways, though. It was just who would beat Pacquiao. Pacquiao didn't even need a belt. Pacquiao was still stacked above Earl as pound for pound, and Earl has 2 belts. Pacquiao didn't have a belt, and he was the A side. Whew. And this is the only time I ever seen this happen in boxing, that you don't have a belt, but you still the A side. You still rank higher than the guy that got majority of the belts, all that stuff, and he takes 35%. You see what I'm saying? So I tell you right then and there, that's why I said, like, Earl took the 35%, right? Because he knew if he beat the man that's above him, it ain't no argument no more about what you're going to take to fight me. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said I felt like Earl told him that one time. He said, no, you're going to take 35-30 or something like that, 70-30, 65-35. I felt like right there, Bush, you called him on his bluff, like bet, because it's the same instance. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to beat the man, to become the man, in the same essence of what Earl was finna do. He denounced his whole base. It was like he wasn't even champion to fight that man, to become the man. Right?
See, that brings up another problem. The cash in boxing, the money in boxing.
Yeah.
That's an issue, man. This money it's a wonderful thing. I love seeing a black man get paid. I love seeing anybody getting paid.
Right.
But these people are getting paid at the detriment of their legacy. And I'm starting to think people throw that word around, but the fighters don't care.
No, I think
They don't care.
Pacquiao deserved to be called legend. If you
No,
say
Pacquiao's a different breed. He's from a different era.
Okay.
I'm talking about, Bud.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that's the main name I hearing that Bud's already a legendary status. I don't think Bud's a legendary status. I think Bud can be arguably become a Hall of Famer, but being Hall of Famer and legend is two different things, bro. You could be a legend and not even go to the Hall of Fame and be revered as forever, like as if you was in the Hall of Fame. Legendary status is above Hall of Fame status.
One comes with people's minds and hearts. The other one comes with a fancy ring.
Yeah, exactly. Bud got some work to do. He's taking a lot of time off. Like you say, he's fading slowly but surely out of people's minds. I don't hear a lot of talk about him anymore. Even though when you do still bring him up, they be like, that's a bad man. But he need these fights. I wouldn't care. I don't care if Sean, like I agree with you, Bud has everything to lose against Sean. Sean has everything to gain. Now, the thing is about this right here is it's a topsy-turvy thing because like I said, it's about the action. So say this was an action-packed fight straight out the gate and it was so close and Bud loses. Bud doesn't lose no status. He just gets a loss and it's to the words gonna be like that dude just got beat. He fought a guy that actually gave him some contention, and it was close. Now, if it's a massacre, it ain't gotta be a massacre. Let Porter win majority of the rounds. Oh, Bud wasn't what we thought he was. That's what it's gonna turn into, and that's gonna look real bad. But I don't see Bud quitting. I see Bud still going back to the drawing board, still give him my round 2. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, will Sean give him his round 2? No, because he's gonna keep going forward because he wants to be undisputed. Now, the only fight that will be left would be a Bud if he becomes undisputed, and he'll still get his first shake. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But that will be another chance because we all know round 2s are a lot different. Just like if Ugas fight Pacquiao again, it's gonna be a different type of fight. I don't care what nobody say because the man know his legs old now. Even though he being bitter, he's gonna make necessary adjustments to work with those legs he got, and it's gonna be a lot different. He just going to work on a lot more head movement. He ain't gonna be just depend on bouncing it out. You feel me? Ugas gonna do the same though. Ugas not gonna be stupid. It's just not gonna be the same fight we saw. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be a chess match.
Be more aggressive. I would look
right. Yes, exactly. And it's going to be force him to use his legs. You understand what I'm saying? But it's always going to be a chess match when you fight somebody over and over again. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying about Bud. If he loses, by majority rounds, yeah, people going to talk a lot of crap. We're going to hear the whole LDBC and all these clicks go crazy, right? But at the same time, it's how you lose. Just like somebody, for instance, we had to explain to people that you get knocked down early. It's not when you get knocked down. It's not that you got knocked down. It's when you get knocked down. Right? And then it's how you get back up, such as Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury got knocked down early, got up, stole the round. He got knocked down again, got up, stole the round. You see what I'm saying? But let that have been late. You know what I'm saying? Let the fight have been so close and then the 12th hit. Such as what happened to Sean Porter. If Sean Porter would got knocked down in the early round, that wouldn't have mattered. They just said he climbed his way up out of that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just sometimes it's about how you lose. And that's the thing about boxing politics. You know what I'm saying? It's that's why when it was a draw, I wasn't mad because when you come after the champ, guess what you got to do? Beat the champ.
You got to beat the champ.
You got to beat him. You can't come in his backyard and not expect him not to get favoritism. It's in every sport.
Yeah, I mean,
it don't make it right. It
doesn't.
Right, but you got to know if the fight that close, and he has a belt, it's going to the champ. See what I'm saying? He gets that nod. So, but what did he do the second fight? I'm not leaving it in the judge's hands.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Now the nod can come my way. Not you the challenger. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I look for when I look at fights and things like that. But for you talking about Earl, average against some boxers we can name, maybe so. Before his era, he's definitely not, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the competition is not as stiff as later years. And I'm just being honest. It's not. I've seen so many promises.
See, that's the thing right there. You say the competition isn't as stiff, but nobody's fighting anybody.
No. I'm talking about his class. Like you had Thurman. Thurman was trying to fight everybody. I'm gonna be honest. Thurman was trying to fight everybody until he got the big payday. Thurman was calling everybody out from Mayweather on up. And then I remember Mayweather retired. They elevated Thurman. And then he wouldn't give Earl a fight and all that, you know, but he was calling people out. Sean definitely was calling people out. It was a point where Sean was fighting everybody. Thurman was fighting who he could and who he can. I remember Thurman and Garcia being on CBS. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When PBC was heading in the right direction, you know, in that era. At that time, Earl couldn't find a place to get in where he fit in. Earl was still fighting on ESPN as such. You get what I'm saying? Things like that, you know, that part. And when they first came in that class, they were trying to hit. Then when the money gets big involved, and I think that that class stemmed around a little long, is that they start beefing up the names more than their skills. And what I mean by that is because out of that class, you technically did not have a poster boy. And I'm just being honest with you. Usually a class has one guy out of that class that is projected to whoop everybody's butt. That class did not have that.
It didn't. There was
so it was like survival of the fittest.
There was no true monster. There was no true pack leader.
Right. Until Bud came out the back end out of nowhere. And that's why it's backwards now. Like Bud started out the way he was whooping everybody, made him the boogeyman. Then they said he wasn't gonna fight. He wasn't gonna beat Kavlovsky. They said he wasn't gonna be Victor Postol. They said he wasn't gonna beat a whole lot of people, and he ended up whooping them terrible. Gamboa, he knocked him down for all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Then he comes up. Now you jumped into their league, the four that was up there running it, and you made it a big five. But you coming from the short bus end, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? He come from the back of the bus, and he trying to climb. And they like, we are not finna let a smaller guy come up in our weight class and dog walk us. There's no way. So he start getting blocked. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. When these guys talk about, oh, it's because he was top ranked. Bull crap. It was about weight classes before promotion. He came to them. Everybody wants to deny that. He could have stayed undisputed. You would never had a Josh Taylor. He could have stayed in his realm and had rematches and whooped everybody and been just as revered as a star in his weight class. And everybody will still, all the people who dog and Bud, they will be talking great about Bud. They'll be talking about Bud's a monster down there. He's kicking everybody, but he done had a belt a decade. You know,
and the main question would be then, is he coming up?
Thank you. You get what I'm saying? But because he got the belts and he was so cocky enough the very next day in August to say, you know what? I'm not fighting again. I got all the belts. Drop them. I'm going up. I know who I want. Pacquiao. Call Pacquiao forever. Bet. Can't get him. I want Earl. The man is going straight to the best, and he wasn't super vocal about it like how people want it. But if he had the mouth of a Keith Thurman,
they'd be ready to fight him.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They'd be ready to fight him. They would be so ready to fight him.
You know, and before I go, kudos to WA. We know what you're doing, but I ain't gonna get into that. Look, take the intern belts away, and next get rid of super belts.
Please.
And I hope everybody else fall in line. Your intern belts don't mean nothing. Half the fighters don't respect the belt. Okay. You got them belts confuse the mess out of the casual fan because they be thinking their favorite fighter is a champion. And then come to find out he really isn't. All right. So take those belts away, keep the foe, and let everybody know why Josh Taylor is really undisputed versus having a confusing fight with Gervonta Tank Davis against Barrios and talking about he's champion. Then you sit back and think and say, well, how's he champion if Josh got all the belts?
Whoa, hold on. That's a WBA belt that Tank has.
That's what I said. You understand?
Yeah, so it's about to get stripped.
Yeah, it's got to go. So what I'm saying is That's my point. It's confusing, right? If he has all the belts, if Joshua has all the belts and it makes him undisputed, then how is Tank champion? Take that stuff away, bro. We know you got regular and super and all that crap, but it's hella confusion, bro. When you got interns, all that interims, and all, man, look, and then you making up belts. Oh, it's Black History Month. Let's make a black and gray belt. Oh, Cinco de Mayo belt. Oh, this is that. And that's how the super belt came along. You see what I'm saying? So, like, let's stop it, bro. Like, it's a good look. Get rid of those belts. I hope they fall in suit, and I hope slowly but surely super belt leaves. Gonna have you a one. You ain't got to call him regular champion. That's disrespect. I'm just a regular champion. No, you a champion. He's the champ.
I'm the WBA middleweight champion.
Exactly.
Period.
Oh, he's the regular champion. So we not even finna put a picture of him on our website. That's so disrespectful. But you get this dude a super duper belt, and he can dodge who he want to dodge to make money. Look, make them line up for that belt again. Make the belts worth something. The belts are starting to feel like they're just a trinket. It don't matter because Quiet has kept the fights we've been getting that didn't have a belt involved were the best. Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, guess what? It's going to be one of the best fights you're going to see. You know why? Whether they had a belt or not, they going to give they all in that ring. Period. You see what I'm saying?
And even to a lesser degree, the Canelo versus Plant is going to be a good fight.
Oh, yeah. That's I got Khalid, and I'm going for the underdog, but I got to be real. I think Canelo's going to pull it out. But I'm going to tell you like this. If it get deep in them rounds, Canelo got a greater chance of losing. Khalid got to stay on his, like they say, Khalid sweet with sweet feet Plant. He got to stay on his feet. No, sweet hands, but I'm calling them sweet feet. It can't be sweet hands. It got to be sweet feet. He gonna have to dance. He gonna have to make that man move. I need to see Canelo sweating by the third round.
You know, I said it earlier. It goes 12, Plant win. It stops at 8, Canelo wins.
Canelo gonna try to get him out earlier than that, though.
You think he's gonna try to get it earlier?
Yeah, because he got his way on the ring, so it ain't gonna be a lot of room. But that's nothing new to Khalid, though. So, like I said, and Khalid can move. It just is he gonna have an off night like he did his last fight? See, people take his last fight like, oh my God, he looked at garbage. Go look at his other fights. Every now and then you have an off fight, and he still pulled that fight out.
Real fight.
Right. He's had off nights, bro. I mean, not him, but he had that one. But other fighters have had off nights. All right. So I don't hold that against him. He didn't look good, but he still pulled it out. Now, this type of fight, he know he can't stand there and fight. No, come on, man. Khalid know dang well in his head he cannot stand still and bang with Canelo. He's too big. We talking about a natural guy coming in at that weight, middleweight, and then you got a guy that should be fighting at light heavyweight.
And this is not a knock against Caleb. It's not. It's actually a cautionary tale for him. Like, hey,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I know he know that. That's what I'm saying. I know he know that. He's a smart boxer. He know the weight he walks around at is what he walks around at every day. Canelo maintains his weight. If he blows up, we've seen it. People act like we didn't see it, but when he fought Triple G, they walked in the ring like 170, 173 and stuff like that. So the dude knows, and Canelo knows what he's doing as well. It's not by accident. This is all by design. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if Khalid, his feet and his jab is going to be the major key for him to win. So mark my words.
So we're going to have to fight from distance.
From distance, keep him. He wants to be on the outside, circling. Just like we saw Billy Joe Saunders start doing in that 3rd to 4th round. And Canelo start getting frustrated and he start throwing haymakers. He know it. I'm telling you, anybody who knows Canelo, y'all wonder why he don't fight straight boxers. He don't like them because they don't stand still enough for him.
Matter of fact, look at some of our past interviews with some of these boxers. They'll tell you. They'll even tell you Canelo don't like boxers. He don't like
pure boxers. People always want to harp Oh, but complete plan ain't knocked nobody out since. Well, guess what? This ain't called knockouts. It's called boxing. Y'all got it backwards. Knockouts come with the boxing, but it's called boxing. The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. That's the name of the game. That's the science behind it. So if that man can perfect his feet and his hands at the same time and keep that man guessing, hey, Canelo may land a shot here and a shot there, but as long as he keep that man guessing and have him chasing him around that ring, he pot shotting this and third and take a couple chances here and there, he could pull that fight out, bro. And if you get him deep in them rounds, Canelo, y'all think Canelo Tank is just vicious? No, Canelo Tank has been vicious because he's been fighting people gonna stand in front of him. You saw Canelo sweat. Go back and look at the Billy Joe Sanders fight. He got Billy Joe Sanders out, what, the 8th round?
It was the 8th round, yep. And here's the thing, he was winning.
Yeah, but go look at the 3rd round. This dude, Canelo, was sweating bullets.
Standing in the corner, sweating, mad.
So he came out throwing what? Haymakers. Now, granted, he did figure it out that he knew Billy Joe kind of gave himself away that he couldn't take a gut punch because when he hit him in the gut, he wouldn't sacrifice putting this down. He would bend over. So he started throwing them left feints to the body, and he came with that uppercut because he knew he was gonna bend right into it because he wanted to block all of it at one time. You get what I'm saying? So if you watch that tape and you see how Canelo was frustrated, how tired he was of chasing that man around just to get 2 punches off. If he can perfect that, well, I'm telling you, you may be looking at an upset. You may be looking at an upset.
Would it truly be an upset?
Yeah, it would because just on the run he's been on.
Oh my God.
It's the run. It's the run he's been on. Look, and the run may be weak, but look, peep it. It's just like the Spurs. Spurs ain't the flashiest dang on team, but they fundamentally sound and they pull through, right? It's the same thing with Canelo. Canelo been just floating along, picking his fighters at the right time, got dang on me and getting them short things. This one right here, though, Khalid Plant had more than enough time to train, right? More than enough time to train. Remember, what people don't understand too, before I got to get off here, what people don't understand this too, let me point this out. He tried to get Khalid first. If y'all don't remember, he tried to get Khalid first before Liam, whatever his name was, with the Popeye on. Yeah. And he tried to give Khalid a month and a half to train. He said, "No, I'm a champion too. No, I'm cool. I'm not finna fight you in a month and a half." And then he went on to old boy. So Khalid knew this fight was coming back. He knew, and it was a blessing in disguise because he ended up fighting that dude he had an off night with. Right? So he knew. And now you had all that time. So ain't no excuse for Khalid neither if he loses. He knew this fight. He knew that man was going to have to come back to him and get what? That belt.
That's why
ain't no excuses for either one.
That's why I said this fight is kind of a difficult one to pick on who has more to lose because
Well, it's simple. Canelo got more to lose. I mean, this is a one and done for Khalid. Look, peep this. We talking about Hall of Fame status. Khalid beats the boogeyman, takes all 3 of those belts, becomes undisputed. Ain't nothing but bigger fights from here. But he's gonna have to fight Canelo twice.
That's the only thing.
But that's not the only thing. Because now you fighting me, I granted you a rematch, but we still negotiating. I want a rematch. If I lose, now you got a great trilogy. That's great for boxing history.
You're right. You're right. That's part of the game. But that's the thing. Canelo wins. Caleb doesn't get a rematch.
Yeah, that's what's up. But that just shows the faith. I was talking about this last night, man. I think that's what kind of intimidated Canelo. I know they say he was doing a TV show and all this other stuff, but I don't think that was really it, right? You know, when a man gives you what you want, like without hesitation, because all that stuff was intimidation factors to prolong stuff, right? Hey, I want a rematch. I don't know. Let us think about it. I want this amount of money, and I want a smaller ring. I don't know. Let's think about it. That's what Canelo thought was going to happen, and it was going to give him more time. No, that's not what happened. It was like, bet, get that punk dude this rematch. I don't need one. That's cool. He can have more of the money too. He can have 75% of the money. I don't care. Instantly, every time something came back, it was like a fax back. Soon as you got the fax, they just checked off. Okay, boop, and sent it right back. Sometimes that make you think like, okay, this man too hard up for this. You know what I'm saying? Like he's serious. He ain't playing. He like, okay, sign off on this, sign off on this. Hell, if I told him to give him his kidney, he'd have did it just to get the fight. So sometimes they can intimidate someone like, all right, now you gotta watch him. You know what I'm saying? He's serious. Then he talking stuff, telling people, don't be surprised it look easy.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Started off with you can't take nothing from Pro Man. Then told him, don't be surprised if it look easy. So you get what I'm saying? Sounds like somebody figured out how to get up under that man's skin.
Sounds like somebody that figured out the cheat code.
Hey, if he intimidated that man and he get in that ring, get that man a bad night. And I will say this again, for all my people, my rewatchers and all this before I get up off here with my boy Polo. Thank you, Polo, for letting me on. But I'll tell you just like this. It's not that you lost. It's how you lost. Because Khalid going there dominating every round and Canelo gets a lucky knockout. People gonna remember Khalid playing.
See, that's
a win. That he gonna lose the belt, but it's still a win for him. It's gonna make him popular.
That's. Ooh, I could go on about that. I could go on.
It'll make him popular, will it not?
Yeah, but here's the thing: there's too many factors into that. There's too many factors into that. We've seen people look good, walk to the referee, walk back, hold their hands up, say their name, all this stuff, and the ref still stop the fight.
Who?
Just off of a basic knockdown.
But this is championship. This shouldn't be like that though. Use championship fight. That's what Deontay didn't understand, that when Jack Reese he was counting, they felt like he was looking away. Actually, he was looking at the timekeeper to make sure he was on time. I know that. Yeah. But at championship fights, they don't just wave it off. He gonna give you a count. He's gonna give you a count. It's a championship fight. These people paid to see a fight. So if you can get up with the 8, I'm gonna let you fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you one shot. If it's a regular fight on TV and I feel like, dang, what I just saw could have killed you, I'm gonna stop it. But a championship fight, you work too hard to get here for me to just steal it from you. You get what I'm saying at that point, But I'm talking about if Canelo get a straight knockout, like flooring, like how he did Amir Khan.
Oh shit!
if he get floored like that and say Khalid was winning every round, then it's like a minute left in the 12th, and Canelo knocks him out. It's still he may lose the belt, but it's not like they're gonna take the belt, but you can't take his integrity and how tough that fight was that he gave Canelo. That's gonna be the story.
I think if that was to happen, I think Canelo would get on the mic and say there's going to be a rematch because I don't think that would fit well in his spirit as a man.
Because everybody gonna say he was lucky that you got that because that man whooped you every round, and if you didn't get that off, you was gonna lose. Like that's why I be saying sometimes it's not that you lost, it's how you lose. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna leave that, man. But I got something because I didn't do it on Judge's Table, man. People, y'all need to stop worrying about, you know what I'm saying, hate. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody love to hate, but love don't love nobody. So you gotta earn love. Remember that. All right. That's why you don't have every friend in the world, but you can have 1,000,001 haters. You know what I'm saying? Everybody love to hate. Everybody don't love nobody. So once you earn it, learn to appreciate it, keep it, and respect it. All right. I'm up out of here, G.
Thank you, Slick.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. We're going to be doing this more often, by the way, man. Y'all need to see our faces more. We're going to pump this thing up, man, and get it going, man, because there's a lot of suckers out here put misinformation out, and I ain't talking no crap, but I'm just letting it be known. GMT Boxing in the Red Corner Boxing's here to stay. Stay tuned for the latest and the greatest news from local and foreign wide. We here, baby. We ain't going nowhere. You understand me?
We in there, man. Peace.
Deuces.